Okay, good morning. This will be the last thing that I put up before lunch, and this will be for reading on this beautiful Friday, October the 30th, where the sun is shining. It's like none like yesterday where we just had all that rain. A little cold, but at least the sun is out. So we are going to read the Log Hotei again. Okay, so I'm going to read through the Log Hotei, and then it says, use your book to answer the questions. So you're going to have to answer some of the questions. We'll answer a few together, then you're going to answer some of them on your own. Okay, so the Log Hotei. You all have your book, so that means that you can easily find your answers in your book. So let's listen. Okay. This oak tree has been living in the forest for 100 years. One day, a strong wind knocks the tree down. The tree falls to the ground. Now, the tree is a log. So when it's standing as a tree, once it falls to the ground, it becomes a log. Soon, ants and beetles move in and eat the log. They drill small tunnels in the log as they eat. The tunnels help to make the log soft as it decays. Remember, decays means to get soft and to go away. Okay? This woodpecker is listening for bugs inside the log. As soon as it hears a bug, it drills through the bark to catch it. Tap, tap, tap. So there's the woodpecker looking for bugs that live in the log. Okay? Soon, living things called fungi grow on the log. Inside the log, fungi look like spaghetti. Outside the log, fungi looks like mushrooms. So, fungi, it grows on the log. You can see it here. And you can see the mushrooms on the outside. It looks like spaghetti on the inside, okay? That's plants that grow on decaying objects, on decaying things. So they live on the log, or in the log too. Snails and slugs move in. They creep through the tunnels as they hunt for fresh fungi and dead beetles and ants to eat. The tunnels get bigger and the log gets softer. So the tunnels get bigger because bigger animals go in as that log softens and decays. So there's a skunk looking around. There's some snails on it, and I still see some mushrooms, that fungi. And you can see the log starting to get smaller. It looks like it's kind of fell apart some now. Hey, a snake slithers through the log. It is looking for a place to rest for the winter. So there's that snake. That snake might live in that log. And you can see how it's falling apart. Okay, there's grasshoppers, and there's that fungi still on it. Soft moss grows on the log. Green ferns grow in and around the log. So now we have those plants growing. We have these green ferns that are growing in the log or maybe on the outside. We have some other plants. We have some green moss that's growing on it. Now we have a lizard or probably a lizard, a little lizard that's there, living on the log. We have a spider web with a spider living on the log. They're all making it their home. That's what a hotel is, their home. This log is like a plant and animal hotel. As time goes on, more and more plants and animals move in. Look at it. They all live there. The owl, the turtle, the snail, the butterflies, the bugs, the spiders, the plants, a dragonfly, a frog, the lizards. They all are making it their house, their hotel, where they all live, as the tree keeps dying and decaying and getting smaller and smaller. The log gets softer and softer. Now the shape of the log is hard to see. Earthworms eat what is left of the log. The log is almost gone. Just has a little bit of green on it, little mushrooms, And there's all those worms in there, and they're eating it. They're eating it up. The earthworms are eating what's left, the dust that's left from the log as it has decayed over time. The earthworms turn what they eat into soil. The soil is the perfect place for a seed to grow. So here it's all gone. They ate almost all of it up, the earthworms did. And look here. Here's an acorn, a seed in the soil now. Something dropped and buried an acorn where it used to be. The seed will grow into a tree. One day, the tree will fall. It, too, will become a log hotel. And there is our chipmunk. He's the one that's got that acorn. And look here, it's growing an oak tree. He probably planted the acorn, the seed in the ground. Okay, well, let's look at our questions. We have some questions, okay? So it says you can look in your book. So use your book to find these answers. The first question says, where has the oak tree been living? Well, on the very first page, it tells us where it lives. It lived in the forest, okay? So we can write forest. It lived in the forest. Okay, the next one. What knocks the tree down? Let's turn the page and see. What knocked the tree down? One day a strong wind. Oh, the strong wind. The wind, yeah. Okay, we're going to answer one more together. Okay, so we have forest. We have strong wind. We're going to answer one more together. It says, who moves into the log first? Well, let's turn the page. Who went into the log first? Here it tells us who went in first. The ants. The ants and the beetles. The ants and beetles. That's who went in first. The ants and the beetles. So, continue answering your questions, looking in your book to get those answers. When you get down to the bottom, you might have to write a little bit more. Okay? So, you need to answer the rest of the questions. Good luck on that. I will have your math up in just a little bit. Goodbye.